We are coming to you from the Met Department's control room that has been tracking the path of cyclone Biparjoy. There you can see there are systems here in place that have been tracking cyclone Biparjoy for the past few days, and they've been providing updates on the journey of the cyclone. We have with us the IMD DG, Mr. Mohapatra, now joining us live. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us. So first, the cyclone has now made landfall. So what can we expect later in the day? Till when will it go on, and which all paths will it impact?
Yeah, cyclone is in the process of landfall. It will continue the entire landfall process by midnight of today. It is moving in northeast directions. After landfall, it will continue to move in northeast directions and weaken gradually. At the time of landfall, wind speed is 115 to 125 kmph, gusting to 140 kmph. By tomorrow morning, that is by 16th, it will become a cyclone storm with wind speed of about 75 to 85 kilometers per hour. And thereafter, continuing its northeast direction movement, it will enter into Rajasthan. By 17th early morning, it will be over Rajasthan as a depression. So therefore, if you just look at the path and the intensity of the system, so maximum impact is expected over Gujarat, especially coastal Saurashtra and Kutch. And in terms of the heavy rainfall, heavy to extremely heavy rainfall, then winds leading to structural damages, and also storm surge leading to local inundation in the coastal districts. So the rainfall also can lead to the localized flooding, because we are expecting rainfall more than 20 or 25 centimeters in certain places in the coastal districts of Saurashtra and Kutch, especially starting with Porbandar, Dwarka, Jamnagar, Morve, and Kutch districts. Then in remaining parts of Saurashtra also can have similar situation depending upon the physiographical characteristics of the place. So when we move towards Rajasthan, there also we are expecting heavy to extreme heavy rainfall in Rajasthan, especially South Rajasthan. We can also expect localized flooding or inundations. So we are continuously updating, but the peak period of the damage or devastation over the coastal areas of Saurashtra and Kutch will be up to midnight. Thereafter, it will improve gradually.
The peak will be midnight, and after that it will start decimating. So you're saying it will go on till the 17th. So will it impact only two states, Gujarat and Rajasthan, as you've mentioned, or will there be impact in other states as well?
The maximum impact will be over Gujarat, followed by Rajasthan. And after that also, the depression will further weaken into a low pressure area. It will move towards central part of the country, and hence there could be rainfall activity over MP and adjoining areas. Right. We are also expecting isolated heavy rainfall over Madhya Pradesh.
Right. And so one more question. This year, as you've mentioned, that the wind speed has been around 120 for the cyclone Biparjoy, but we've seen that in the past, cyclone Taukte had a higher wind speed. So when we measure the impact of this cyclone, how does it compare in terms of intensity with the previous cyclones that this coast has seen and that our country has seen at large?
Cyclone Taukte was an extremely severe cyclone storm with wind speed of 180 kilometers per hour. And this is a very severe cyclone storm, and wind speed is 125, gusting up to 140 kilometers per hour. That means there is a difference of wind of about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. And therefore, the damaging potential of this cyclone is less as compared to extremely severe cyclone storm Taukte. But however, since it is in the phase of monsoon advance, therefore it has a lot of moisture. So it can give very good rainfall activity, and it is moving slow also. Therefore, you can expect localized flooding and inundations, especially in the districts of Saurashtra and Kutch.
Right. But when we talk about the damage, Taukte, as all of us remember, caused a lot of damage. Close to 100 people lost their lives also, and property was damaged as well. So will the impact of cyclone Biparjoy be much less than that?
It is not much less, because it is still a very severe cyclone storm. It can lead to uprooting of big trees and breaking of tree branches, uprooting or bending of the telephone poles, electric poles. It can also have large-scale damage on the huts, slums, the tin houses, asbestos houses, the old pakka houses. So therefore, there could be damage in such vulnerable zones. But in addition to that, there could be hoardings which can be detached. The boats can be detached from the mooring. There could be damage to the ships and boats, etc., if care is not taken. Therefore, what we did actually, we provided warning long back. From 6th onwards, we are providing the marine community all types of warning. Fishermen have been advised not to venture into sea, and all actions are being taken by state and central government for the offshore operations, onshore operations. In that area, there are a number of ports. number of industries, and number of oil exploration companies. So therefore, all these are being provided very location-specific forecast from India Meteorological Department for this particular cyclone.
So would you be able to say that the death toll is likely to be lesser compared to Tauktae?
Certainly, if you just look at past 10 years, there has been significant reduction in death tolls. There is no cyclone hitting any coast in India which has caused death more than 100 in any cyclone during past 10 years. If you compare with the previous years, you can find out that similar cyclone in Kandla 1998, it caused death of around 4,000 people. And the cyclone Tauktae, as you told, it caused around the death of around 80 people or so. But that also should not happen. The target is that all early warning agencies like India Meteorology Department and the disaster management agencies like say NDMA, NDRF, central government agencies, state government agencies, emergency operation centers, district level emergency operation centers, they are all working together to ensure there is an end-to-end system based on the end-to-end early warning system provided by IMD.
Well, we all hope that there are less deaths. We hope there are no deaths because of the cyclone. Just my last question, sir. How do you rank Cyclone Biparjoy in comparison to the previous cyclones in terms of the intensity?
If you compare the intensity, Cyclone Biparjoy is lower in intensity compared to Cyclone Tauktae or Kandla cyclone in 1998. But similar cyclone, I will just give an example, Cyclone Yas, which came in the month of May 2021 and hit Balasore coast in Odisha. And the wind speed was same as this one.
So it's the same, it's comparable to
It is
Yas.
comparable to Cyclone Yas. That was also a very severe cyclone storm. This is also a very severe cyclone storm.
Right. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us, for taking our time. So as you heard, the IMD DG just telling us that this cyclone is comparable to Cyclone Yas that we saw a few years ago. But he's also mentioned that comes as a relief that the death toll in this cyclone is likely to be much less compared to the death toll in Cyclone Tauktae that hit Gujarat earlier. And he's saying that the death toll here is likely to be lesser because it is less in intensity compared to Cyclone Tauktae. And as you can see, as the Met Department's DG was telling us that the Met Department has been giving out warnings, has been giving out alerts earlier, and that's why they are expecting that this time the impact is likely to be minimal. We hope there are no deaths because of this cyclone, as it is not as severe as some of the recent cyclones that Gujarat has seen, but of course huts and other places around the coastlines are likely to be impacted, and the cyclone will fully be over by the 17th of June, as Mr. Mohapatra was telling us, and it will finally decimate in Rajasthan, leading to heavy rainfall there as well. In New Delhi, with camera person Sachin, Priyanshi Sharma for NDTV.